still didn't
looking
hurt.
for you stupid. Oh Lord bless it. Let me do a mic check, then we can say our prayer and get started.
Why make worry about it we started yet?
Huh? Cause she was doing a little tutor thing with her tutors, and we gotta make sure that they not. All right, here we go. Let's see.
I think you be having my mic down low.
Say something again.
Cause I be talking loud and then it sound real low.
You really don't be talking loud.
Probably scream.
Don't. Let's say a prayer. Let me make sure turn everything on. Which mic are you? Which mic lighting up? Say something in the mic.
1, 2. 1 and 2 is lighting up, so mine must be 2.
Bless the Lord.
You talk all of them light up.
Cause my voice is, I actually talk loud naturally, and then I'm loud on the mic. So that's dead. You ready to say this prayer? Get started. I'm excited. Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for blessing us with another opportunity to do something that I love. I pray that you bless this episode to bless someone, bless us with the right words to say, and just bless it to be great content and great dialogue. We love you so much and we thank you. All that we have not asked, would you allow the Holy Spirit to intercede on our behalf? In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. What's wrong, husband? I'm loud.
Girl, I like you trying to reach people.
Let me drink a little sip of water, y'all, because he just... YouTubers, my voice has been like really raspy, but it's much better today, I think, versus other days. What you think? Yesterday, yeah. So yesterday was a little deep, but today it's not. Babe, I just need you. Your sexiness. You Barry White, but you Barry White from like here. I need you to Barry White in the mic.
This thing is all the way up in my face.
It is, but do you hear yourself on the
Can you hear
playbacks?
me now?
I can hear you now, but I just need you to put a little more. You look good in that red too. You're welcome.
Did you hear that? I said that low.
He was gonna say something smart while he looked at me, y'all. All right, I'm about to press record. One take. I just argued with Antoine. He's talking about I do one take, Twan. I can't. Oh yeah. Talking about I do one take, Twan. I'm one take. You know you recorded like 5 times before you actually post it. But anyway, one take. Here we go. The YouTuber saw it. Oh, really? Hey, world. Welcome back to the Spill Podcast, your favorite podcast featuring your favorite podcast host, me, your girl, Mrs. Wilson. Pew, 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 pew. Welcome, Spillers, to episode 25. Super duper excited about this episode. Every episode, as I mentioned, I'm super duper excited about. But I'm super duper excited about this one, and I'll tell you why shortly. Before we go any further, we have our residential host in the building. Pew, pew. The man, the myth, the legend. My husband, my man. Mr. Wilson is in the building. Hey, Mr. Wilson.
What's going on, Spiller?
How are you? You sound good, but you.
What's going on, Spiller?
Thank you. That's much better. I've been fussing at him about speaking a little louder. He speaks in the microphone, but the volume does not project. That's because he has like a soft voice, and I really need him to use a neighborhood voice during the podcast recording.
When we
You went back south.
I might get loud at the
Okay.
right there.
Okay then. Whatever. Hey, Mr. Wilson, thank you for joining us. Our residential host is in the building, so I'm super excited about that. I'm super duper excited about that because y'all know, Spillers, this is my first most favorite month of the year, and that is Black History Month, baby. Happy Black History Month, Spillers. Black. Thank God I'm black. Hey, I won't take it back. Hey, I'm proud to be black. Hey, black feet just around black. Miss Wilson, are you proud to be black?
Yeah, I'm waiting on you.
I can't hear you in the
Finish the
microphone.
song. Finish the song, baby.
Oh, okay. Mr. Wilson trying to be funny. Anyway, but I am super excited because this is Black History Month. So happy Black History Month. This is the first episode for Black History Month, Spillers. And then, Spillers, guess what? Even though this is season 2, this is our 40th episode being recorded. Pew, 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 pew. This was
both of y'all old.
You're supposed to add the pews with me.
Both of y'all old.
Anyway, this is the 40th episode from the Spill Podcast. Oh, so I'm super duper excited about that, y'all. So I celebrate everything. Any and everybody that knows me knows that I'm going to celebrate everything. My husband is the first prime witness, and he can tell you, baby, I'm going to celebrate of hair growing. I'm just celebrating. I'm just a celebratory person, okay? So listen, being a celebratory person, this is my 40th year 40 for Mrs. Wilson. I have a few months to go, but I've decided that I'm celebrating everything 40. So everything 40, I'm celebrating. Now listen, I like to celebrate things, but I also like for there to be meanings behind the celebrations. So with me liking the meanings behind celebrations, I like to choose meanings that are really, really dear to my heart, right? So we're going to toast, but before we do our official toast, I'm going to talk about the number 40 and choose a couple of 40 things that I love and that I like, right? So, Mr. Wilson, why are you looking at me like that?
I'm listening.
Talk about you listening.
All 40 things.
Anyway, so the first thing I did, Spillers, was I did a biblical research on the number 40, right? So I got a little Bible stuff behind it, and I'm just going to go. I chose the book of Psalms, which is my most favorite Bible book, and it's my most favorite Bible book because I feel like I relate a lot to David. You know, David was one of the people that he was up and down in his faith, not in his faith literally, but just up and down in his faith walk. Maybe I should say that. Because one minute he'll be like, ooh, I know where my help comes from. And the next minute he'll be like, oh, Lord, well, what we got going on? What are you doing? I got all this going on. And I relate to David a lot because I'm like that. Like, I know where my health comes from, and I have this massive amount of faith. But I do have times I'll be like, okay, now what we doing, Jesus? Like, what we got going on? Anyway, so I chose my favorite book, Psalms, and the 40th chapter, y'all. And guess what? The first verse is the bomb. I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined unto me and heard my cry. When I was reminded of that verse, researching the number 40 biblically, and then choosing my favorite books, of course, in my favorite a chapter from my favorite book, it took me out, y'all, because I feel like right now I am in this crying and praying and waiting season of my life for whatever God has going on, whatever it is that he's doing in my life. I'm not complaining about it. I just know it's a season. And in that season, I need these type of verses. I need to be reminded that, yeah, you need to wait on God. And while you're waiting, you need to continue to praise him, call him. And every time you praise him and call him, he hears you and he gets closer to you. So that is a witness to me because I know he's hearing me and I know he's getting closer to me, right? So I love that. And then I'm also grateful because biblically the number represents a period of testing, trials, and probation, but also new life, new growth, change, transformation, a change from one great task to another great task. And I'm here for it. Being my 40th year, I feel like I'm going through a lot of these transformations and transitions right now, but to know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, I'm here for it, right? And then the last one was I was reminded that 40 years to God is only 1 hour. So while I feel like I'm here for so long, or I've been here for so long, or I'm aging and all of that stuff, like this, the way that God loves me and He's ready to receive me in His kingdom, it's only 1 hour to Him. For us, it's a lot, but it's only 1 hour to Him. So I'm grateful for all of that. The 40 numbers, the 40th number of songs, and the 40 years, and the 1 hour for the Lord. But I asked, Lord, just give me a couple of more hours. A couple of more hours. So anyway, we are going to do a toast, spillers. I have some champagne in the building. Pew, 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 pew. So stop. Go ahead and get your water. Get your tea, your coffee, your pop, your juice, champagne, wine, cocktail, whatever liquid you have, so that you can propose or enjoy this toast with us. Mr. Wilson, what's wrong? Okay, well, so I'm going to let you do the honors, honey. I did bring a towel. You know, no, it's not. You just got to pop it, baby. You just got to pop it. So I'm going to let Mr. Wilson do the honors. I have a towel because when I pop champagne, y'all, I normally spill it. This time I took it out of the refrigerator a little while sooner so that the bubbles can settle and we won't have a lot of champagne suds everywhere in the podcast room. So spillers, I hope y'all getting y'all stuff ready. I hope y'all got y'all stuff ready because we have our champagne. We have our glasses. We're going to pour up. Not pour up, but we're going to pour up, baby. And we're going to do a toast. Mr. Wilson, let me take the mic off so we can hear the the pop of the ball. You ready, honey? Okay, here we go. Whatever. Because I normally shake it. I just do something extra and tilt it to the side when you pour it. You know what to do? Okay, I'm sorry.
I ain't no waiter.
You ain't no waiter, but you know how to pour the champagne. Okay, Spillis, he is pouring up the champagne. I'm super excited. I feel super duper blessed, because it's like mimosa, kind of like. It's not champagne by itself. We feel like the champagne by itself, so we kind of mixed it. All right, thank you, sir. And it's so cute. Look at it, it's like an ombre. So we are getting ready to toast, spillers. I hope you all have your toast liquid ready. Doesn't matter what it is, you can keep the lid off because I'm gonna pour a little bit more during the episode. They ain't paying us, so we're not around. So, Mr. Wilson, I want to lead a toast. I'm going to toast to enduring, enjoying, and celebrating my 40th year. So I have a few more months to go, but this is year 40 for me. The first celebration is this 40th episode of the Spill Podcast. Pew, pew, pew. I am praying and trusting God for 40 times 40 times 40 times 40 more. Encouraging, motivating, hilarious, sincere, prosperous, and fun episodes on the Spill Podcast. Mr. Wilson, would you like to second that motion, or you want to add something to it?
I have a question.
Lord, a question for the episode? Yes, this is the 40th for both season 1 and season 2. This is the 25th episode for season 2, but the 40th total episode. And you've been on about 15, 20.
Make a toast to the Lord for giving you the win through all that talking.
See, toast. Anything else? Okay, we're toasting, spillers. Clink, clink. Toast. 40 episodes. He's trying to cover up the microphone like you whisper. Whatever. So, toast, thank you. Thank you, spillers, for toasting and celebrating that with us. Now, before we go any further, spillers, you know what time it is. It is our mental check-in time. This is the time of the episode where we are intentional about doing our self-mental check-in. So stop, pause for the cause, check in with yourself, spillers. to see how you are feeling mentally, emotionally, physically, all of the leads, okay? Before we go any further, y'all know how we do. We start within the podcast room. So, Mr. Wilson, how are you doing?
I am well.
Yes, hallelujah.
Yes, I'm blessed. I'm good. Mentally, physically, and a couple of them ain't.
You're a work in progress.
But mentally, physically, spiritually, I'm doing good. Like I said, I woke up this morning, I was feeling good. I started to send you a long text. I said, no, goddamn, we'll be texting all day.
Spilling out all emotions.
Yeah, I started to send you a long. Yeah, I'm blessed.
Good.
And strong.
Anyway, thank God for that. For strength. Spillers. And I'm glad you're well, Mr. Wilson.
Endurance. You said all that.
Yeah. Thank God. I'm glad. You are it. Yep. My struggle has been real. That's why you probably said. Anyway, my struggle has been real. Like I said earlier, I feel like God has me in this season where I feel like He is teaching me to totally depend on Him in all things. And the struggle has been real emotionally to the point to where I feel like I've kind of been sleep deprived. Like I haven't been able to get the amount of sleep that I have, but I did last. He just front, y'all. He knows this, but anyway, he be out of there, and I wake up and I just pray and like, oh, I say something like, oh, I wish I could sleep like him. But anyway, it's getting better. I did get a full night's rest last night, thank God, and I'm looking forward to another full night's rest going forward. But I just know I'm just going through something in this season. I have to really trust and depend on God, y'all. And when I say just trying to get out of my own head has been a struggle. Trying to meet people where they are and accept people for who they are. I think it's just disappointing when people really show you who they are, certain people. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord has just really been showing me and exposing. He just been doing stuff, and I'm like, really, Lord? And you really want me to deal with that and work with that? And I know it's because of the dimension that the trajectory, I guess I could say, that He's taking me in, and He's preparing me for whatever He's preparing me for. So the struggle has been real. Insomnia has been real. But I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. I'm going to be okay. I'm just sitting in these emotions and doing what I got to do.
Well, I'm proud of you for getting on here and telling your spillers how you really is.
I always tell them how I really am.
I'm glad you get on here and do that. You don't get on here and make it seem like you just don't.
Oh yeah, I would never do that. That was important for me when I first started this podcast.
You crazy?
2 years ago. It was important for me to do, and it's crazy because before my girl Michelle Williams from Destiny's Child came out with her podcast, the mental check-in, I was already doing a mental check-in spot on my podcast, and her podcast came out like a year after mine. But that was important to me because I know how important mental health is. As a person that is a mental health advocate, who has a therapist, who can't wait to go sit in that chair next week, who, look forward to those therapeutic, yes, he definitely has one. But that was important to me. And I would never get on and just act like things are, happy-go-lucky when I know my struggle is real. And then I feel like my struggle and my testimony could be a blessing for somebody else to know that it's okay if you're in that season or you're going through that. Sitting those emotions, deal with those emotions, pray about it, get therapy, get the help necessary if you need it, and trust God to bring you out of it because this too shall pass. And
husbands, if you got a wife like that, don't try to change her.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try to change her. Just got to be strong though. But don't try to change it. If you try to change it, it's gonna make it worse. You just gotta let the Lord take her through whatever she going through. Don't try to change it. You just sit back and chill. Whatever vices you got.
As long as those vices don't affect your household.
Yeah, as long as it don't affect your household.
Yeah.
Whatever vices you got, you gonna chill. I'm about to get your mind right to relax.
And then pray with your
spouse.
spouse.
It's that little music that you have.
Yeah, he's talking about my meditation music. But listen, I I normally do a black meditation, but baby, I've been putting on Andre 3000, New Blue Moon, baby, and that's what you was listening to the other night. You can't. Well, I was listening to. That's what you heard the other night. But yeah, that's true. I appreciate that, Mr. Wilson. And then pray too. You know what I'm saying? Because my husband does pray for me, and he prays with me. And I try to tell you that as often as possible. But when you pray, like when you lead our prayer, and you say, "Come on, baby, let's pray," that like really, I feel like it gives me superwoman powers. And I've mentioned it on, like, I made a Facebook post about it a little while back. I was like, my husband got up and led us in prayer for the day. Like, I just feel like superwoman. Like, I really do. So, and I'm sure a lot of wives and, people will want that. So I appreciate you for that, Mr. Wilson. Spillers, mental health is wealth. If you are not okay, say something so that we can do something. Okay. All right. And then I did want to go ahead and add on. It is Women's Heart Health Month. February 2nd is National Wear Red Day. Of course, we're past that day, but I'm sure a lot of my spillers have done so. I wore my red. I posted it on Facebook and to everywhere. And then, of course, my sorority, we do our own thing with the Heart Health Month. Heart disease is the #1 killer in women. It even beats cancer, ladies. So let's be intentional about taking care of ourselves. 30 consistent minutes of physical exercise 4 to 5 times a week, eating a good diet, drinking water, and now my new focus, resting, getting the proper amount of sleep. Mr. Wilson, what would you have to say?
You said how much time?
30 consistent minutes, 4 to 5 times a week. But if you work out 45 minutes, then you can do that 3 times a week. But if not, at least 30 minutes.
I heard the best exercise is sex.
Okay. Do you feel like you get a workout when you're having sex?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, y'all, I mean, I don't know about the woman, but the man.
So you don't feel like...
Do your heart be pounding hard? You remember I told you to feel my heart?
Yes.
You be doing that?
When I be doing stuff, do you think my heart is beating fast?
I mean, I guess, yeah, when you got to work. I guess whoever doing the work at the time.
Okay, so yeah.
But yeah, I'm saying that's a good exercise though.
Okay. So
for both sides.
Okay, so for married, we don't condone any sexual relations outside of marriage. We're not judging because we've been there, done that. You know what I'm saying? But if you're married, hey, you feel like you don't really want to go walking or do no aerobics or no cardio, go get on top of that thing, a thing on top of that thing, and no jump ropes.
I don't want to jump rope.
Yeah, get your 30 minutes of good sex.
I don't want to jump rope.
Get your 30 minutes of good sex and get your exercise on. Lord, my mama listens to this episode. She's shaking her head, Lord. She like, these children of mine. You
said you finna be 40? Are you 40?
I am very much so.
So how old is mama?
Who wants to hear whose parents want to hear that about their children?
Yeah, I be wanting to hear us cuss sometime when they come out.
It does slip. Lord forgive us, help us, but they understand. All right, here we go. Social media shout out time. Crazy. If you're not following the Spill Podcast on our social media platforms, what you're waiting on? Follow us on Instagram, the Spill Podcast 21, YouTube and TikTok, the Spill Podcast. Also, the Spill Podcast is now an advanced advertisement advocate. So if you have a business that you want to grow, publicize, boost sales, you may email me at thespillpodcast21@gmail.com for ad advertising prices, and we will feature your business on our podcast. Your business will be featured on all podcast platforms and YouTube, and will air every single time an episode is played. And my downloads are real. They real, y'all. So get at me.
And she for real too. Y'all like
get at your girl.
She be talking.
Get at your girl. Business. Let's work this thing out. You trying to grow your business. I'm trying to grow my business. So let's get together and do what we do. Mr. Wilson, did you want to add anything?
Oh man, I'm serious as you looking right now. I am not going to interfere.
Okay, so we are moving right along. We are going to now get into our Spill Trend Time. Y'all know the Spill Trend Time, Spillers. We discuss everything black. Hey, thank God I'm black. I'm not gonna go into it long enough because y'all know this one song. Shout out to Miss Charlene, aka The Christie Show, from Little Rock, Arkansas, but I think she lives in like Georgia right now. And the sister Ruby lives in Texas. Anyway, that's my theme song forever, ever, but I'm really putting emphasis on it for Black History Month. So I have 2 spill trend topics. The first one we're gonna get into real quick. We're gonna talk about this travel ban, people about Jamaica, and just traveling. Period. So it's my year 40, my 40th birthday. Family and friends and I are celebrating me in Jamaica, my most favorite island ever. I've been to Mexico. I hadn't been to Africa. That's a goal of mine. But I absolutely love Jamaica. I've loved that culture forever, but my first time visiting in 2009, I really fell in love with the culture, with the people, just Jamaica, all things Jamaican. So I've literally been 8 times. This year is going to be my 9th time, which is my 40th year celebration. And I do want to just clarify and put emphasis that there are always travel bans on countries with high crime rates, okay? Travel bans normally rate from 1 to 4, with 4 being the highest. America is a level 2 travel ban. Jamaica and Mexico are level 3. So it's just a point difference to me. However, the countries that are level 4, we know to stay completely away from. Level 3 is a level where you need to just be cautious. Just make sure you're safe. Make sure you know where you're going. Make sure you know where you're staying. Just be careful. The most important thing, spillers, is to make sure you are registered with the Smart Traveler Enrollment, and you also have that country's and the U.S. Embassy's phone number in your phone. Whenever you're outside of the country, let people know. You don't have to boast or brag about it, but let people know important to you. Have the embassy's information just in case you caught up in the middle a two-way. But it won't be a love affair, it'll be a country affair. So just make sure you caught up. And I brought it up because I feel like sometimes we get so caught up in fear, whether it's conscious or subconscious, that it prevents us from wanting to travel, wanting to live our life. And I feel like God gave us like a beautiful world, a beautiful creation to where we can do these things. We know that right now we're probably not going to go to, certain countries. I'm not going to say any names, but we know we're not going to go to certain countries because of the wars and all of that good stuff. But if it's not like a war or it's not at a level 4, I would say as long as you're safe, as long as you're making good choices while you're there, it's always just safe to travel wherever you want to go. Mr. Wilson, you want to add anything to that?
Of course. I don't care if it was a level 1.
Okay.
You're supposed to always know your surroundings.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you go to little places like that, you already know it's they poor.
Like a third world country.
Yeah, we they money when we come.
Yeah.
But when America, I feel like when they post that little alert, all they telling us is you can go at your own risk.
Mm-hmm.
But we ain't coming to get you.
I don't think it's.
That's what I'm telling you. I feel like if you ain't no government official, you just gonna be stuck. You gonna be, you know what I'm saying? So it don't matter. Even here, you supposed to do the same thing here you gonna do in Jamaica.
Yeah.
You don't go to Jamaica and just let your guards down just because it's beautiful.
Right.
Because on the other side of the gate, if you stand, if you up high and you look over, you see what's happening.
Yeah, and that's everywhere. And I totally agree with you. If you're not a government official, they are letting you know, not that you're on your own, but your rescue is not going to be as serious or as severe as it would be if you were a government official. But right now, they're not even approving government officials to go there. And that's anywhere. It's like that every single year. We were just going through this with Mexico. Like, it's like that often. But if it's not a level 4, to me personally, if you are researching wherever you're staying and you're being cautious about the things that you're doing, the places that you're going while you're on that visit, I think you would be okay. But like you said, you just got to keep your guards up. Keep your eyes open, your third eye, your fourth eye. And
then if you go, when you go places like that, no, it ain't good for you to explore the town and it's just 2 of y'all. Yeah,
exactly. No, you need to have a group. And with you, some people not being able to not being able to really travel with the guns for real, you know, you stand on a resort, you know, they got a little some prickety cracks, you know, just do what you have to do to protect yourself. But like Mr. Wilson said, if it's not a group, if it's only 2 of y'all, y'all might just want to stay on a resort and enjoy life. But if you decide that you want to go on the town to maybe a nice tourist spot where you know it's going to be secure and you trust the people that are taking you to and fro, still be careful and may have your little protecting little something, but you know, just be safe.
Yeah, like I said, that little band, I read it. They don't say don't go. They just saying they advise you, and then they giving you the steps of how to be cautious over there.
Yeah.
So it ain't saying don't go.
Right.
It's telling a person that's aware of their surroundings. It's telling us nothing.
Yeah.
But carefree people that just want to go over there and just let their hair down.
Yeah.
Yeah, they better read the list.
Yeah. And honey, look, me and my husband went last year. He was super duper cautious, and he's just like that any and everywhere we go. Like, yeah, it doesn't matter where we go. So just be careful, but don't let it deter you from wanting to enjoy life and have a break, because those type of vacations are sometimes the mental break that you need.
Yeah, because if something bad was to happen over there, the same thing can happen here.
Mm-hmm.
So it don't matter, you know what I'm saying? It's just, like you say, you gotta be cautious.
My homeboy, comedian Pound Cake from Memphis, Tennessee, shout out to Pound Cake, that nut posted on Facebook when the band first came out. He said, okay, Jamaica, yeah, come to Memphis with that. We on exactly what y'all on. When I say I holler, because in certain cities, like Jamaica, in America, you know, and Jamaica probably feel the same way about us. They probably feel like, if I go to LA, if I go to Little Rock or Memphis right now, their crime rate is high. And it's true. It is. It's high. So you just have to be extremely careful. So be careful with that. Our second and final spill trend spillers, the 66th Grammy Awards. They came on last night. Now, I want to say Mr. Wilson and I did not watch the Grammy Awards. I have decided to boycott the Grammy Awards a few years ago. So for my own reasons, I don't watch the Grammys anymore. I do watch major highlights that I see on social media, and the next day I always go to YouTube, baby, and I Google the good Grammy moments that I need to see. So this year, for the 66 Grammys, I did see Fantasia's performance. She did a tribute to the late Tina Turner, and it was really, really amazing. I saw that. And then Philanthropist and the Voice to Me for the Black culture, Killer Mike from Atlanta, Georgia. He was nominated for 3 Grammys, and he swept. He won all 3 categories.
He got locked up after that.
Went to jail 5 minutes later, acting a fool. He said, y'all gonna put some respect on his black day. But Killer Mike won his. And then my girl, I put that on my own mama, on my hood. I look fly, I look good. You can't touch no. Hey. Victoria Monet. She won Best New Artist. So I was super duper happy to see that. And then there were a lot of more people that won. I watched one of our local news stations here in our city, Little Rock, Arkansas. I will say I was very disappointed because they did a highlight of the Grammys and they showed no black folk, no African American, no nothing. All of the highlights were white folk. And it's nothing wrong with who you highlight, but if you're going to highlight for me, just be a little fair, be a little diverse, show a little diversity. And the news station that I watched this morning did not. So, baby, we're going to have to get a new antenna or something. Because I was real disappointed. I seen a clip of Jay-Z when he was up there talking. That's what we're about to get. I thought it was old. That's what we're about to get? What, the Grammys? Yeah. What do you mean you thought it was old? When I seen the clip today, You know, we know nothing about all that. That was last night. And that's where I'm going next, Spillers. It was very monumental to me personally. But everybody know Hove. I need to ask Antoine that I'm asking. Hove, aka Jay-Z, aka the Sean Carter, won the Dr. Dre's Global Impact Award. His speech was super duper amazing. I loved everything about his speech, but he went in a little bit. You know, he kind of just put the Grammys out there. Look, Y'all been playing with us for a long time. It's time for y'all to put some respect on our name. He spoke that his wife has the most Grammys ever. However, she has never won Album of the Year. Just to put it out there, still as you all know, that Taylor Swift has won Album of the Year a lot. In fact, she's won it at least 4 times. I think the last 2 or 3 times in a row, but she's won it a lot. Then at the Grammy, she announced that she has a new album coming out in April. So we know next year she's probably going to win what again? Album of the Year. Anyway, this is my stance on that. And Mr. Wilson, I want you to let me know how you feel. In 2009, Taylor Swift won the Best Female Artist Award on the MTV Music Video Awards, right? Best Female Artist. Beyonce had the numbers. She had all of the metrics and everything to win it, but Taylor won it. So Kanye West, I don't know if you remember hearing about this, but Kanye West interrupted Taylor Swift during her speech and voiced, I'm sorry, Taylor, but this award should have gone to Beyonce, right? And as much as Mrs. Wilson loves the Carters, because I'm Team Sean and Team Beyonce, I'm a princess, proud princess of the Beehive, right? When Kanye West interrupted Taylor, the Carters were embarrassed. They were embarrassed so that they kind of spoke out and made sure that they made aware that they was not aware of Kanye West doing what he did, and they didn't agree with what he did. However, fast forward 14 years later, Queen Bee still getting snubbed from awards. The Carters are tired. They're tired. So Jay-Z stated that the Grammys need to get it together, for lack of better words, because the metrics ain't metricing and the math ain't mathing. He said that the Grammys have given his wife, he said he didn't want to embarrass a young lady, but they've given my wife, she's won the most awards ever in Grammy 66 history, but has never won Album of the Year. I've never really been a fan of the Grammys spillers because I've heard a lot of racist things. Goes back to when DJ Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince Will Smith won their first award in '89. They didn't publicize it, didn't show it nowhere, and they boycotted it. So it's just been a lot when it comes to culture. And like JC said in one of his rap albums, black culture influenced pop culture. You know what I'm saying? So what y'all gonna do? We gone. Anyway, I don't watch it really. I watched the clips of it, but when Jay-Z said that meant a lot to me. But I felt like Kanye was telling y'all that 15 years ago, and y'all was mad that he's saying it. Now y'all see what he was saying. Now y'all want to talk about it. How do you feel about that, Mr. Wilson? Do you feel like I'm not gonna say they should have jumped on Kanye West's bandwagon?
What I say is pressure bust a pipe.
Uh-oh.
That's all I say. Pressure bust a pipe. Yeah.
Pressure bust a pipe.
Yeah, they felt like that then, but I don't know. You know, they say Kanye was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
He just outspoken. He just said how he said and felt how he felt. I mean, you can't change him. You can't get mad at him, but they heard him.
Oh,
They know it was the truth.
Loud and clear.
They know it was the truth. Now Jay-Z, but he did it politely.
In a classy way.
Yeah. Kanye just.
Yeah, Kanye snatched the microphone.
What part of, where you from?
South side of Chicago.
He just did like he was from.
Kanye grabbed the mic. Excuse me, Taylor.
Jay-Z, he had that, so he did it politely, but.
He did it politely, and then he did throw in there, when I get nervous, I speak the truth.
I don't
It's a
know
laugh.
about all that, but just hearing him talk, I felt where he was coming from.
Yeah.
So the people that know what's going on, they feel it. They gonna change.
Exactly. And that was one of the reasons why they had stopped going to the Grammys so much, Beyonce and Jay-Z, because of the way that the Grammy operates. But there's this, it's a big thing around the board and the people that are actually on the board, the people that can actually vote for these albums of the year and all of this good stuff. And then there was a controversial topic on a podcast I was listening to earlier that was asking, do the people that vote actually listen to all of these albums? You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, yeah, you got your numbers, yeah, you got all of this, but you actually have your critics who are actually listening to these albums and who's responding or giving their opinion and thoughts about these albums, which also matters. So I don't know. I appreciate Jay-Z for standing out and finally speaking that. I feel like, again, when he said that today, I just dropped my head because I'm like, dude, Kanye West was just saying this 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, he was deemed as being crazy when he's really outspoken. And now Jay-Z, he's tired. Like Pancake said, we are tired. They tired. And so they had to get it off their chest some way. But anyway, maybe the next album Queen Bee does.
She wasn't even gonna be there, was she? They said, well, when I seen the clip, they said it was a surprise.
Yeah.
For her, a surprise visit or something.
Yeah, she was not. There was a lot of saying that she wasn't going to be there, yeah. But of course, her husband got the global impact. That's like one of the super big awards for the hip hop culture, for black culture, for black music. Period. So it was only right for her to be there to support her husband.
The last part it said though, I just can't remember exactly what it was, but he was like,
keep showing up.
Keep showing up. Keep some. Keep.
He kept saying, keep showing up.
Till they tell you. Till they tell you till they tell you the greatest.
Mm-hmm. Or you're a genius, or until you get the name.
In the end, he said the greatest.
Okay.
He had this thing.
Yeah. Did he say something like, you feel me? He may have said that.
He said, till you the greatest. You feel me?
Yeah.
So
and then it was dope too because he drank some Douce out of the Grammy too. So they showed a clip of him pouring the Douce in the little cup part of the Grammy and taking a drink from that. So I felt like that was dope. And I did love that. Keep showing up. I was actually exercising today, listening to that for the third time. And all I kept hearing was keep showing up, keep showing up. And I said, keep showing up, Wilson. Keep showing up, girl. You can do it. So shout out to Hov for that amazing speech. Give Queen Bee her flowers. I'm going to say this now. It's a lot of people don't rock with Queen Bee. I love her. I love everything about her. I feel like she is one of the greatest entertainers alive. I really do. And her work speaks for that. I wish, however, the culture that really loves her, if we just stood in and supported her like the Swifties do, baby, I have 6th graders, 12-year-olds who've been loving Taylor Swift since they were 4 and 5. You know what I'm saying? Like literally goes to everything, travels my coworker, took her daughter, they left and went to the concert she had in Kansas. Like, I wish if the Beehive was like that. Because she got the culture, like we're there, but when it comes to putting the money out to give her the actual numbers, that's the only comparison. So, shout out to all of the culture. Take it how you gonna take it. At the 66 Grammys last night, I'm looking forward to seeing other clips, and yeah, shout out to Killer Mike too. Killer Mike was so lit, he just sent himself to jail. But he got right back out. He wasn't in there long. Mr. Wilson, did you want to add something to the Asheville trend?
No, man.
All right. We are moving on. I done talked 40 minutes straight. That's what the podcast about. It's about.
Every time I get real tired, I gotta clear my throat because I ain't there.
And I've been burping from drinking this dang champagne. Can you pour me just a little bit more juice? Do you need to go to the bathroom or something? Because we about to wrap. We about to do our spill topic.
Get started with that.
All right.
Fill it up.
No, just put it like halfway or something. Sit it down for me so I can put this. Baby, that girl in there having fun, ain't she?
What's she saying? I don't know which one got me burping like this.
This champagne, well, probably both for you, because you're drinking a little Corona.
I ain't touching no more.
All right, we're about to press play or record, right? Is this on there? I think this. I be trying to get my little jazz music to be right there because it'll be a little further. All right, husband, you ready, honey?
I thought you playing jazz music.
I don't never play it. I just put the mark where it's supposed to be. Ooh, don't let me throw this away because I need this for I left my board notes at work and I gotta take that with me. All right, here we go. All right, spillers, I hope you enjoyed that good little jazz clip from Philly Moo and Quincy Cuno Watson. Shout out to Philly Moo. This is Philip's 40th year, and he's having his 40th birthday celebration this Friday, February 9th. So check him out in Little Rock if you all can. If you cannot, look him up. Support, okay? All right, now this is our spill topic time. First is to celebrate. Toast. Is this mine?
Yeah.
Toast. Man, is this really how y'all feel? That is our topic time. So we are getting into our topic time. So spillers, my husband sends me about 20 videos a day. Got something to say? He said, mm-mm. Some of them are very thought-provoking. Some are dumb as hell. Literally. Because how you grown and acting like this? Like, grow up. But majority of them are super hilarious. So I'm like laughing extremely hard. But shout out to the people who shares funny videos. Like me and my husband do. Whether it's through his news break app. I get videos from Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, send them. Shout out to the Wade girls, Ivory, Sade, and Whitney. We send videos all day, every day, baby. We stay hollering. My cousin Kat, a few of my friends. If you got friends that send you videos that you think funny or they think funny, that's real friendship. If y'all not sending each other videos, y'all wait. No, I'm just playing. Anyway, this particular video he sent me was very thought-provoking, and I was like, oh my God, that stands for great dialogue. So I asked Mr. Wilson after he sent it to me, can we do a podcast on it? And he was like, yeah. So from a woman's and a man's perspective podcast. That's why I wanted to do it right. But anyway, Chad Ocho Cinco Johnson, one of my homeboys, him and Uncle Shannon Sharp, y'all know we call Shannon Sharp Unc now. They did a podcast. Their podcast is super duper hilarious. It's like a late night podcast. Y'all need to listen to them. I promise. It's gonna be some good stuff. It's gonna have some stuff that's gonna make you scratch your head, but you're gonna be laughing hard as hell for the most part. But anyway, Chad shared some stuff that his grandmother shared with him, and I'm going to play it now, spillers, so that you all can hear it. It may be a little but I'm gonna share it the best way that I can. Okay, here we go.
Grandma always told me you're gonna meet women, and women gonna come into your life, and they gonna always have somebody from their past that will always have access to them. One person.
Yeah, one special person.
There will always be one person that will always have access to her, no matter what she says to you. And another thing she said was, every time you date somebody, you always have to remember you are really not the one she want to be with. The one she really want probably just wouldn't get his act together. Damn.
Whew. So that was that. If you need to stop and rewind it, do so. I may play it again when we get into the conversation in a few minutes. But I wanted to talk about this because I feel like it needs clarity for one.
Yeah, because his grandma told him some bull.
And that's coming from a man's perspective. He didn't agree. And from a woman's perspective, I didn't agree to a certain extent, right? So I'm not going to speak for all women's feelings. I'm just going to dive right into it. But I'm going to speak for myself, for Mrs. Wilson, right? Now, always having someone from your past that will always have access to you, after really thinking about this, I have to agree and disagree to a certain extent. Mm-hmm. Now, I agree, spillers, because while I was single and mingling and even dating semi-exclusively, and when I say semi-exclusively, I knew what I wanted in a relationship and for my future. The person that I wanted, I saw that probably with that person, but that person wasn't projecting those emotions or that type of future for me. So I knew that it probably wouldn't happen with that person. So that's what I mean when I say semi-exclusive. I did have someone from my past, however, that I feel like prior to my marriage, let me be clear, had complete access to me. And when I say complete access to me, because when I was single, dating, mingling, or semi-exclusive dating, like I said, this person had access to me, whether they can text, call, reach out, whenever, however, that's access. I don't feel like that's any different than what Chad Ochocinco was saying. But however, I did not realize the toxicity in that, right? Meaning, like, after 16 years, we've never lost contact. We've always have had contact. Probably hadn't had sexual contact or physical contact for real. But we've always had contact. And that's really, really toxic, right? I really didn't realize that until my husband. And the reason why I say that until my husband, because once I got engaged, I think prior to our engagement, my husband knew about this friendship, but he never said nothing. You know what I'm saying? He really didn't say nothing and put emphasis on it. But when we got engaged and married, it's like, okay, now wait, now what the hell we got going on? What we doing here? You know what I'm saying? And that really made me sit back like, yeah, what we doing here? It is weird. I didn't think about the weirdness of it prior to that. But later on, when I learned the seriousness of my relationship, yeah, this is weird, sis. What you doing? What you got going on here, right? So the disagree part comes in when you meet your person personally. That's when you realize your worth, right? Because this person has complete access to you. You probably don't have complete access to them. In that situation, I really didn't. But you realize the detriment of those games that you've played on your emotional health all of that time. And when you learn it, when it's brought to your attention, like my husband kind of showed me, like, what's the point of this friendship? What is it doing? What, like, where you going? What we doing? It was easy for me to be like, yeah, that makes sense. And do what I had to do, right? So I agree because, yeah, it can be like that. But I disagree that it's like that forever, because until you run into your person or meet your person, then that won't be the gist of that relationship or whatever that is. So, Mr. Wilson, you want to add something to that?
Yeah, you done lost my laptop. You got to go back to the question. What's the question?
You don't remember the question?
I mean, because you said something about what he said. I'm trying to think about what he said. But
The
I know
question
I
was
said about his grandma now. I ain't gonna say his grandma told him no BS, but she either told him the type of woman she was, the type of women that she hung with. It's something for her to say that, because I'm like, I look at it like a little boost. You know what he said his mama told him? You too cute for just one. Ain't no mom. They ain't gonna. I mean, life. I mean, that's life. So for her to say that, she either went through something, but that tainted him though. So it wasn't. Nobody say it ain't good no way, because you got to figure out who you mess with. Your grandma can't nobody tell you nothing about somebody you don't even know. Just got to deal with it. But I don't see my grandma. She probably would have said
Muddy.
See what Muddy would have said. She wouldn't have said every girl you mess with got somebody that can come. You know what I'm saying? Still got a space out. She wouldn't have said that. She probably just said, "Boy, you know women are the most sneaky, conniving creatures that the Lord made." She would have said something like that. She would have said something like that. Because y'all are.
Okay, I'm not gonna agree, but I'm not gonna disagree. But the question was, do you feel like that there is always a man that will forever have some type of access to a woman?
Yeah.
You do? You do agree with that?
Yeah.
By any means necessary, like even if
now really it's up to the woman, so I can't say that, because it's vice versa. Men, you got some men like that.
Yeah.
The women still got that man. I'm talking about messed his whole man life up, and he was still.
He done moved on and got married.
But when they see each other, and if you hold that little conversation, if y'all through, you go your own way. But if y'all sit and talk, that mean y'all really ain't. I mean, y'all ain't gonna say y'all ain't through, but y'all want to catch up. Y'all want to see who hurt who. I mean, it's because if I see somebody I used to mess with, why would you want to go back? You had that before. You know what that is. I'm talking about. You already know everything about that.
So you don't spin the block.
gonna go back. When I'm through, I'm through.
Okay.
I ain't even got to talk to you. We can see each other. I ain't even got to speak to you. I ain't got no hard feelings. But I don't want to get to talking to you and you think that you can get farther than what you just hiding back.
Yeah. So do you feel like it's appropriate if you are a married couple or a couple in a serious relationship to have a relationship with somebody that you was, not relationship, but maybe a conversation
Friendship.
or
A
friendship.
friendship is a relationship. When you get
Well,
there.
yeah. But do you think that's appropriate for someone that's married or in a serious relationship?
For somebody that's cold, engaged, all day before you get married. Nah, if you was messing with somebody and you done had sex with this person, now you with this new person, why would you want to be friends with that person? I wouldn't understand it. I mean, now if y'all ain't never did it, it's different. But if y'all been doing it, it ain't no friendship. It ain't. You can't. Nah.
So you like Pumbaa and Timon in the Lion
I
King?
don't
Lead the
know. I
past.
don't know about that. I don't know.
Pumbaa and Timon in Lion King, they said leave the past behind y'all.
Yeah, but if you go back to it, it's something. I mean, to each his own. But
Yeah. And
you
I'm
got
like,
some strong people out here that
yeah.
once they through, they through.
Yeah.
It ain't no second time. If
Yeah.
y'all, I mean, you might have a second time when you're together, y'all break up. But once y'all through,
Yeah.
and you moved on, it ain't no. Nah, it ain't no.
Yeah. And I do know people like that are once they moved on or married, and I feel like I'm like that. Like I know, like
You probably is now. I mean, but
now, that's what I'm saying. Like now, I'm like that. I probably hadn't always been like that, but
you wasn't like that when we first got together because you thought dudes wanted to be friends with you. I see it like this.
Like
Don't no man want to be friends with no woman. That's just my point of view. I can be wrong because there's a lot of women out here with some real male friends. But them
and I'm one of them. It's one of the Josh. Yeah.
But when you then, like I said, when you done slept with somebody, how y'all gonna sleep together and then be best friends?
Yeah, that's true.
That shit.
Yeah. We got these feelings,
That don't work. I mean, that don't work. I don't see. I wouldn't do it. And I know I used to be a dog.
Yeah.
But if I didn't play with this girl and now I'm with this girl, I'm not gonna.
You ain't spinning the block. It ain't no friendship.
She can't give me no money. She can't give me nothing. I'm telling you, because if she give me some money, she know that's what I like. I don't want that. Yeah, you going back to bed. So that's why I say everybody ain't strong.
Yeah. Everybody may not be strong.
Everybody ain't strong.
So I'm gonna play it one more time and then we're gonna get into the second part of it.
Grandma always told me you're gonna meet women and women gonna come into your life and they gonna always have somebody from their past that will always have access to them. One person.
One special person.
There will always be one person that will always have access to her no matter what she says to you. And another thing she said was every time you date somebody, you always have to remember you are really not the one she want to be with. The one she really want probably just wouldn't get his act together.
See, that man been hurt. For real. That man been hurt. He been hurt by somebody. Is that the one trying to marry the girl that he was dancing with?
No. Well, I don't know. On Dance with the Stars.
Yeah, he tried to marry that girl. He got her ring. See, dude been hurt. And he one of them type that think money and that physique can get what you want. He ain't got that conversation. He ain't got it. I can tell when he said that.
So that was going to be my next question. The second part, he said, the man the woman is with is really not the one she wants to be with. The one she really wants to be with probably wouldn't get his act together.
There's some birds. Like, you could have got you a bird. You could have got somebody. That's why I'm saying he can't.
Cause I'm confused. Like, what woman's sitting around anyway, waiting on somebody to get that act together? Like, what do you expect?
I mean, you can tell when it's like that anyway. You can tell them like that anyway, cause y'all into it all the time. It's ups and downs. I'm talking about it's more than ups and downs. It's cheating. Well, they're not an open marriage, being married, an open relationship.
Open relationship, yeah. But I definitely didn't agree with that part. I do believe that women are supposed to kiss the frogs until we find our prince. And sometimes, unfortunately, we go through a lot. Some of it is self-inflicting. Some of it is just the type of men that we're dating. That takes us a longer time to actually find our prince and kiss our prince. As a woman that has dated a lot of men, notice I said dated, not slept with, because I ain't got a lot of bodies, and I just ain't that type. Yeah, for me and my husband to know, but it ain't a lot. And I've had my fair share of guys. For a minute, I thought I was a player, and I was a happy player because I knew I was doing my thing, but couldn't nobody say they was getting the business. You know what I'm saying? And I stand on that. Anyway, I've dated, I've done that. But just because I've dated you, or I loved you, or I moved on, or got into a serious relationship or a new relationship, even married, it does not mean that I only married because the last person I dated or I was with wouldn't act right. I wanted him, he wouldn't act right, so I moved on and married somebody else. Like, to me, that just doesn't make sense. I feel like if we wanted the dude that didn't act right, we gonna wait until he gets some act right to marry him. You know what I'm saying? So I that part that he said, I totally disagree with, because I don't see no woman marrying no man. Because the last man she wanted to be, well, he ain't gonna act right, so this one want to be with me, I'm just gonna go and marry him. It just.
Y'all can't speak for other folks. Like, you got some. Well, listen, when you are a kind-hearted person, you surround yourself with kind-hearted people. You can't be no kind-hearted person and you around a person that don't care. They gonna abuse that. They gonna take advantage of that.
Yeah.
So it don't be the person that's getting used. They kind-hearted. Now, unless you just got a flat foot slut.
You're dying.
Come over it.
Yeah, you trying to say it easy as possible.
Because a prostitute or a 304, they make money.
Yeah, okay.
Sluts, they just lay on their back. They just do it. They don't care.
So
It's a difference.
do you think that people actually know when they're being taken advantage of? Because I feel like sometimes
if you let a dude cheat on you in front of you, how you don't know?
Okay.
I mean, that's just, if he tell you that he doing it, how you don't know?
Yeah. So if he admit that he's cheating or he's doing it,
throwing it in your face, he ain't trying to have it.
Right.
How you don't know?
So will we be a fool if we take him back? The first. Okay. So once a cheater, always a cheater. That's
always
real.
A cheater. Always. It ain't no, to me, it ain't no change. Cause you ain't got a taste of that little pleasure. Cause it had to be some pleasure in it for you.
And then it was easy to get back because the mere fact that you got back.
Deal with it. I can just get it and go. I gotta live with it. I'll tell you, yeah, you can't. No, once a cheater, always a cheater.
Oh wow. So even if you spin the block on something, that
you ain't about to spin the block.
like no, we ain't talking about making the little rock. We talking about, because I do believe that people can change. So I feel
they probably will change, but
that don't mean you supposed to.
They ain't gonna change with you. If they gonna change with you, why would y'all separate for that long? Why y'all gotta go and do with other people to find y'all self to come back to each other? Ain't no change. That's just lust. Puppy love. Y'all infatuated with each other. Not you, I'm just saying whoever.
Yeah, because I'm definitely infatuated with
I'm looking at you talking. So.
But I am infatuated.
Yeah, not you, yeah. I mean, but like you say, people can't speak for everybody, man. You can't do that. Because you got some cold-hearted people out here, and you got some loving people out here.
Shout out to the loving people. Keep on loving and keep praying and making sure you love them. Yeah, that part. I was once one of those. Tick for tat. Oh, this what we doing?
That's what turned most players into players.
And most holes in the holes. You said it, I didn't. So I have a question, because Chad had everything that he had to say about a woman wants a man, with the woman. When I was growing up, there was always a saying that once a guy gets a girl pregnant, that he's gonna always and forever have access to that baby mama. Now, as a baby mama, as a daughter that we don't have together in our marriage, but she's our daughter. Prior to our marriage, I don't feel like I don't feel like he always had access to me or always had that. But the first 2-3 years, I guess, when I had to get over him or learn that this wasn't my person and this wasn't gonna be it, them first few years I was a little stuck. I was like, oh Lord, they may be right because I can't move. Emotionally, I didn't feel like I could at the time. But as time moved on, I was like,
Yeah, that's when you thought you was a player. After that, I told you, every person got to be hurt to become a player. If you ain't never been hurt, you ain't finna try to hurt nobody.
That part. That's facts because.
But once you done been hurt, you ain't trying to hurt the next person,
Right.
but you done been hurt. So
Yeah.
now you looking out for you.
Yeah.
So if that mean you date all these people or you have sex,
You don't want that karma.
But you hurt.
Yeah.
And then when you try to find a person, it's gonna cause more hurt because it's just I don't know, it's weird. You know what I'm saying? It's weird.
Circle of life. So do you think that that's true though? Do you think that when y'all have baby mamas, do you feel like you have complete access?
It's vice versa. It ain't just no. I'll tell you because it's vice versa. It's vice versa. It's up to that person. I mean, because if you had just think if you because there's so many ways people get pregnant. Some of them get pregnant on the first time, and it don't be number 2-3 humps. So they don't even think they pregnant. So they pregnant by this dude they never had a relationship with them. So now it don't work like that. That's your baby mama, but she telling them, nigga, we didn't even do it. I don't even know why. I don't know how it happened. So y'all ain't finna. He ain't finna be able to come back and get that. She didn't want him from the jump. Didn't want that baby. So it ain't. It's up to the people. It's how long. It's the relationship. It's the bond. If y'all ain't had no bond, it ain't gonna happen. But if you had a bond, that's a hard thing to break. You just can't stop loving no person in 1 day, 2 days, 2 years.
Right.
It's just something that you eventually get over.
Right.
But some people try to find another love to get over that love.
Right.
It's crazy.
That's true.
But you can't speak for everybody though. Everybody different. Everybody different. They're like some dudes will say, ain't no good women out here. But they'll say they mama a good woman. But you just said ain't no good women out here. So what make your mama different than these other women out here?
That was raised by a mama.
And you got 2-3 other brothers and sisters. 2 of y'all got the same daddy. But you got a good mama though. You got some good women out here I thought my mama was a good woman. But she had 3 different baby dads. So she didn't down talk nobody. That's why I learned a lot from that woman. Because even though she did what she did, and whatever cost she paid, she had us. She had to deal with it. But she didn't go back to them.
Right. She didn't spend a block.
She went on forward. So yeah, she was a good woman.
She wasn't
had no mistakes. She wasn't she wasn't out here selling no food.
Right, that's what I was about to say. She wasn't just out here. Those were the relationships that she was in. And with those relationships she produced children in the relationships, and she was married to Killer Dad.
She married one out She married full country.
Yeah, after everybody.
But he was cool.
He was good.
Cool,
yeah,
but he wasn't out. He was our stepdad.
Yeah.
But he was cool though.
Yeah.
Like I say, you got it. When you listen to dude like them, see dude, like I said, I don't know how long his folks might have had money. It's the circumstance, it's different situation. So if his folks had money and they see him out here flirting or playing with girls and they see that he'll get them anything, yeah, Grandma, tell them that.
No, but the thing is, his folks did.
No, I know what I'm saying. I ain't saying
but he had money, and I feel like
I'm just saying it's different situation for everybody.
But I do feel you on that because I feel like his grandmother was serious about having that conversation with him because she knew he was the bank. He was money. You know what I'm saying? He grew up
curless. He carefree, not curless, carefree.
About 10 kids, 5, 6,
like
now.
Not curless. He just I can do, he's carefree. He's just living.
And love women, and the grandma saw that. Like, you having all these kids and all these baby mamas.
He wasn't building nothing with them women. She ain't see them building nothing. He ain't getting these women and they together and they building this, and he ain't doing that. He just jumping. He was just jumping from one. I'm telling you, I know you're talking about that. When he got on that Dancing with the Stars, he danced with the woman.
Yeah, he
and
fell
then
for her.
he asked the man,
He
gave
did.
her a big old ring.
Yeah, he fell for girl quick.
So
That's true.
when you attend and
Fix it. Okay, so I have one more question, and it's just a little bit off topic, Mr. Wilson. So I did this Facebook poll on an appropriate time for a partner, husband, wife, spouse should come in the house. And so I asked the people, what do you think is an appropriate time? And the average person said no time as long as there's communication in between time. And so I felt that. I was like,
how
yeah.
many people said that?
I had like 40 something responds. The average.
Okay.
Average people were saying no time as long as we talk. Some people were saying no time, we grown. But mostly everybody said no time. And then a few people said no time as long as there's adequate communication in between the time. How do you feel about that, Mr. Wilson? Do you feel like that there should be a time discussion when you are coming in late, early, whatever the time is? And if it's going to be extremely late, how does that look?
I feel like
Come on, man.
I feel like
Stick your chest out. What Pastor
Yeah.
tell you to do? Beat your chest.
that's after you do what you do. He didn't say do it before that. But nah, I feel like show each other the same respect.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't no tit for tat, but if one is able to do it without no appointment, I'm gonna be gone here now. You just able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
If one able to do it, then others ought to be able to do it. But now if y'all got problems, you might not need to do that. But if you ain't got no problems and you know this ain't something that's normal, but you know where the person is, and the person trip when the other person come home, they just wanted to trip.
So do you think that you said if there are problems, like should you put a time on it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you got, when I say problems, I mean, the
Trust
the
issues, yes,
If you got
cheating,
trust
and that type of
issues,
stuff.
then yeah, it's, y'all need to sit down and talk about it.
Yeah.
But because it don't need to be, he can come in at 1. Nah, he can come in at 12 and you can come in at 1. You can come in at 1, he come in at 12. Nah, I mean, yeah, y'all got to sit down and talk. If this man come in a couple minutes later than you, and you acting the fool, when you done came in, and this man be asleep, they don't even know you will until the next morning. Yeah, y'all need to sit down and talk, because you need to show each other the same respect.
That part.
That's all. It's just, like you say, communication.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I agree. I feel like communication rules the nation. And I feel like, have a conversation, because as long as you trust each other. Now, we ain't talking about my friend, my girl Alexis, our soap girl. She did say, now after 3 o'clock, that Negro gonna be in the county jail or in somebody's hospital. Because if he coming in after 3, it's a problem. But I do feel like, there should be, if there's been some issues, a conversation. If there has not been any issues, in between time, just at least communicate. Send a text message, hey, I'm still here doing this. I'm good. You good. You straight. Just that communication. And communication rules the nation.
But long as you know who you got, you don't have to really worry about nothing. I mean, long as you know what your partner would do.
Yeah.
And you might not just, just know tit for tat, cross the T's, dot the I's. You might not know, but you got to feel it your partner.
Right.
You ain't got to worry about certain things now. You think your partner slick up to some, you need to worry. You need the APB out on. You need to go look for
It's
it.
not APB.
But if you know she ain't gonna do now, like I said, people, she or he, but everybody get hit on when they go somewhere. I don't care who you are. You can be 63.
Cause you say that wedding ring make the women come even more.
It make them come, cause when they see it, they connive and they sneak it. I'm telling you, girls are worse than dudes. They looking for. They'll tell you anything to get you. A dude will tell you anything to get what he want from you. A girl do the same thing. That's why I say you can't. It ain't no judge, and you know women think they do it anyway.
Well,
I mean, independent. You know what I'm saying? That's what they call
Okay,
it.
yeah.
Independent. They, you know what I'm saying? They feel like they don't need nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't. No, you need somebody.
Yeah. Everybody
needs somebody.
That's
we
Bible
made
too.
we ain't made to be
2 is
alone.
better than 1.
But you
One
got
pound.
the old man once told me. He said, getting to know a woman is like getting to know the Bible. You got just because you read it once and twice, that don't mean you know.
Gotta keep studying.
That's a lifetime thing
Yeah.
because they do this different stuff that come up.
Yeah.
So yeah, it ain't. I'd say it's everybody different. You know what I'm saying? But women and men, people can't look at it like men do this the most or women do this the most, cause it's the same. Whatever the woman do, the man do. Whatever the man do, the woman do. I mean, it's all the same, but it's up to that person. So I knew who I was getting. I already knew you was crazy. I already knew you.
When you say crazy, you need to put.
No, they know I mean crazy. You know, I knew you had this a little day, but see, if everything we talk about, that's why I talk to you.
Yeah.
I ask you questions. I want to know because I didn't know. So when you don't know something about a person, you got to ask.
Especially if this is somebody that you want to be with, and you're going to be with. Like,
and when you ask them that question, you remember the answer. So when you ask them again, cause I'm gonna ask you every year, I'm gonna ask you, and I'm just gonna pop up, just gonna ask. So if it changed from what it did last time, then we want to talk a little more.
Yeah.
Because see what last time you said, you know, it's communication, man. People they gotta talk to each other.
Yeah.
Now they don't mind cussing each other out.
That's easy.
But it's hard to open up and let a person know how you feel, because people, they don't want to be you.
But you gotta understand, when you know this is something that you see for long term or something that you really want, you have to let your guards down and you gotta be vulnerable.
I did that. I'm telling you,
You did.
Look, when I felt, I knew you was a good hearted person. I didn't want no girl that was nothing like me, or had been anything like me, or even thought like me. I don't want that. That means she tough. I mean, we gonna have to fight sooner or later. Cause I got to show her I'm the toughest person in the house. So it's gonna be some conflict. So I want a feminine. I'm talking about a real feminine one. Woman just look at the news and cry.
Shut up! You didn't have to bring that up.
No, that's just. I'm just saying your femininity. You know, it's you ain't no
Femininity.
I say how I want to say.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
But you
talk about looking at the news.
Yeah, you real sensitive. I want a sensitive one. I don't want no.
You don't want a thug missus.
I don't know. I'm like, no, I don't. Just socking you up. I'm saying. Don't sock me. If I sock you, I want you to go sit down.
But nah, that ain't what's going on. Because you sock me, you getting socked back.
But I'm just saying, you got sensitive women out here. You know, you got some. They ain't going to get to that point.
Yeah, you're right.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's very weird.
You got to know yourself. You got to get to know the person you with, and you ain't gonna never know that person you with. It changed. I'm telling you, certain situations happen in life that it brings about something else out the person. But you got the right one. So you got the right. I'm telling you for real, you got the right one. I don't hold grudge. See, you got a lot of dudes are like female.
And then they do the tick for tack and stuff.
Yeah, they do the tick for tack. They hold grudges.
Yeah.
Man, you got dudes out here won't even mess with their kids unless the baby mama get them some. You ain't gonna give me no good. I ain't doing that. So I'm telling you, you got some weird people out here. And one person can have multiple characteristics. So just think if you're dealing with multiple people. Yeah, it's crazy.
That was good, Mr. Wilson. What
was good?
I wish I had one. I'm gonna get one of those insertions so I can put it in this classroom.
Oh, I thought you were about that horn.
No, I'm going to get that horn though. I'm getting one of them. I'm getting one from the club. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Wilson. Fellas, this is how you feel. No, you're gonna have to listen to the spill training and then you can go. You gotta listen this time.
Now, like you say, your fellas. Now I ain't gonna tell the fellas not wrong. They got to get to know their woman. You can't just you don't.
This is your message to the men.
Yeah, you got to get to know your woman, man. Cause especially if you plan on marrying a woman.
Yeah.
Don't get this woman married and then, I just figured you out. I don't want you. No, figure it out before you marry.
Yeah. What would you say to the women?
Ooh. What could I say to them sneaky? Cause
What?
I told you what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
But nah,
look to the ones that are.
No, cause like you got good women out here, but women will degrade themselves before a man will. So then when that man degrade them, it's a problem. So they got to learn how to love themselves. If you don't, now if you was raised in love, you know love. But if you don't know love, how you know what you're looking for? That's why some women think beating on them, when that man gets a beating on them, he love them. They don't know love. But they know as a person, when the person beating them, they tell them, I love you. They try to make up after that. Nah, a woman got to love herself first. She got to, because she's sensitive. She caring. She
nurturing.
They got that mother figure. Just say, even though they ain't had no babies, that's gonna come natural to them because it's in y'all.
It's in our DNA.
It's in you.
Yeah.
So if they don't know love, never been loved, that's where the daddy come in. A daddy figure, a good daddy figure. So either way it go, you know how they say women make the world go round. Yeah, but that man is the one that put that structure and that stability in y'all life, so y'all could do something. Cause women are soft. They soft. For real. They soft. Well, my mama. That's why I say it's good women out here. That's why I say I can't say all women, cause all women are soft. Yeah. Because I just see my mama, my grandma. I see how your mama is. I'm telling you, you got some strong. They ain't have no other choice. You know what I'm saying? They ain't have no choice. But they kids. Oh, what?
You doing real good up to that part. I'm over here like, preach. You better preach, boy. You better teach the people, and then you got to that part.
And then you know how you say, how people be saying, this the last days, the world.
Yeah.
Well, how do you think you can go back and fix an old relationship then? If the world ain't gonna never change, how do you think this person
you spending a lot
gonna change?
Everybody think
this person that you think, well, he might have changed. He might have changed in some ways. There's some ways he changed, in other ways he done made work. But I'm just saying, people they don't. I don't know. It's.
Everybody think they got that Nelly and Shanti, and I'm trying to spin that block and get that Nelly smell.
Well, you keep saying that spin that block. What you mean?
When I say spin a block, that means you were in a relationship for a long time prior, and then years later, you go back. Like Nelly and Ashanti, yeah. I'm gonna make a U-turn, hey. I'm gonna King George and his homeboy. Yeah, that's it. You crazy.
Because you keep saying spin the block.
Yeah, that's Lord. You got to teach the older generation the new terms. Bless it. Well, Mr. Wilson, that was wonderful. You have been really wonderful this episode. You're wonderful every episode. But today, I know the people always come in and say stuff, especially on our post. And shout out to my cousin, Rolanda. Hey, Londa. She comments every episode. But this one, this is good, and it did something for me. Did you want to add anything before we wrap it up?
No, if you ain't got no more questions.
No more questions. So, Spillers, you know what time it is. It is our Spill Trend Encouragement time. No, you cannot. You got to stay during the encouragement this time. Normally, I let Mr. Wilson leave during the encouragement, but I didn't stay. Spillers, I want to talk about the importance of extending grace. When the Lord dropped this on my heart, I was really in a moment where I felt like I should have been extended a little grace. I was literally in a situation to where I was just like, dang, give me a little grace, to give me, a little bit. And I didn't feel like at that moment that grace was extended to me. During that moment, Spillers, I promise it was almost like the Lord said to me, now you know how it feels when you need more grace and you're not intentional about extending grace. Ephesians 2:8 tells us, for by grace you have been saved through faith. And this is not your own doing. It is a gift from God. God gives us grace, even when we don't deserve it, spillers. Grace is God's undeserved favor that he gives to us. So if he gives it to us when we are undeserving, who are we to not extend it or give it to our earthly brothers and sisters when they are deserving? So let's be intentional about extending grace. Let's practice extending grace. Understand the importance of extending grace because you too, again, will need grace. Okay, spillers. Well, that's it for episode 25 on season 2, episode 40 of the Spill Podcast. Film.
How many you say I'm on?
Out of 40, about 20.
Oh, no.
That's it for our episode. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Extend grace. I hope this episode blesses you as it has done me. Thank God. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Until next time, spillers, this is your girl, Mrs. Wilson, and your guy,
What am I supposed to say?
Mr. Wilson.
I didn't say what's eyes still.
And we are signing out. Pew, 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 pew. Done. Great job. Final toast. Awesome job, Mr.
I
Wilson.
went off on her ass still.
Steelers. He called y'all Steelers.
Oh, still, because I'm about to steal on her ass.
Why?
I'm just talking shit.
See how extra he is. Wasn't gonna do nothing. You might as well pour the rest of this so we won't have to. Oh! I need little juice. Can you press stop for me, please, sir? I'm so excited. This episode is gonna bless the people because.
Well, this ain't gonna bless me tonight. I'm gonna be up here.
Me too. And I'm not even gonna drink my tea. I'm gonna take a sip so I can sleep.
I'm gonna be eating me some pizza tomorrow.
Yeah. Thank you, husband. Thank you.
You welcome. Your mama made me go off.